I've learned recently that we can find out so much about ourselves just by looking at the people who we look up to, whether they're role models in real life or favorite TV show characters, favorite superheroes, favorite historical figures. Because when we start to look at the qualities in those characters we're drawn to, we may find that we're more like them than we think. Um, I was certainly very much influenced by one particular character in my childhood, and that character is Sailor Saturn. So, for those of you anime fans out there, it's from the show Sailor Moon, uh, and I was just drawn to her mysterious quality, like, being separate from the pack, the loneliness she's experienced, the feeling of fragility and weakness, because those are emotions I'm very familiar with myself. And she has this unfortunate circumstance um of literally having a demon egg planted inside her. So she becomes a villain for like most of the season in the series. She's like, she becomes a villain. She wrecks a lot of havoc, but ultimately she's able to overcome her inner demons and activate her power. And honestly, a lot of people are terrified of her power because her power is the power to end things. When she swings down her death scythe, she can literally nuke the world, nuke the planet, and reset it from the beginning. That's when the world is fucked. Basically, is like that's when she comes in, right? So people are scared shitless of her abilities. But instead of using her powers to nuke the world, she actually uses her powers to defeat the alien boss who has invaded the Earth, and she sacrifices herself to do it. Her power is that of death and rebirth. And her story really inspires me because I have my inner demons to battle and overcome. But I know once I overcome them, I can become a person of great focus and greater purpose, doing for others, fighting for peace, right? The kind of peace I fight for isn't necessarily world peace all at once, but it's the peace within people, like having inner peace. A lot of work I do on mental wellness has that motivation. So Sailor Saturn herself is also like a peacemaker, and so am I. And she has very high moral standards. She does what is right, and I too, although I'm still like, working on being a good person. I'm not perfect. I'm certainly far from perfect in that aspect. But yeah, growing up, I was like I still am a highly sensitive person. And so there's that feeling of fragility and weakness and being like, easily set back. But also knowing I have a lot of power within me to help others, to love others, to, also sometimes put my own needs aside so that I can take care of someone else. And that's a huge value in me. So that's the direction I want to go in, is to become more selfless. Right? It's a spiritual journey. Um, but yeah, like besides Sailor Saturn, another character that has truly inspired me is Yuki Yuna from Yuki Yuna is a Hero. And what I love about her is her level of courage to like face her enemies, to tackle them and bring them down, and to like protect her friends, to fight for her friends and encourage them. She started Hero Club. Hero Club consists of 5 girls, and she'll go through thick and thin to be there for them. She'll even like hide from them her depression and like the curses that she's under. Under so much pain because she wants to protect them and doesn't want them to worry about her. And I can relate to her on that level too, not wanting people to worry about me, but also wanting to be to act with more courage and know myself as someone who can stand on behalf of the people I care about. And so it's a direction to go in. Of course, like, I'm not perfect again, but I think those characters and people we look up to, they signal strengths in us that we already have and that we can still develop further. So whenever you're feeling down or challenged, or feel like there's setback in your life, a good question to ask is, what would your superhero do? What would your role model do? What would your higher self do? That superpowered version of you, what would they do, right? And see what answers that brings you. So with that, thank you so much for watching, and yeah, like, if you want more content like this, I have a group for you to join, so yeah, check out my link in the description above. Take care, y'all.